So going back to Gary,
Me,
Captain Gary, how far do you think you've come
massive,
from
massive.
last Monday?
I honestly feel all the years that I've been in and out of boats, this week I've gone further than I've been throughout all of that. So all those 30 odd years of being on and off boats, which is not great. I mean, I haven't, I've done quite a lot of time on dive rigs and stuff for the diving side of stuff. My sailing side is not, I haven't got a great amount of experience, but I've got some. But I think the week I've spent with you, in all fairness, learning more about chart plotting, plotting courses, looking at piloted passages, looking at the tide, tidal streams, tidal heights, wind condition, taking those all into account. I've come on leaps and bounds, and on this particular boat, because I'd never sailed a catamaran until you brought me on board this boat just over a week ago. So I've never had to learn those throttle controls, forward with one engine, back with the other, both in reverse, both in forward. Although I get the principle of it because I've owned quite a few diggers and excavators, and they're a very, very similar system. I would say this week, in the last 10 days, it's been the greatest thing I've ever done in terms of my sailing, without doubt. I've learned so much. I feel so much more confident sitting here tonight. I don't think I could take this boat out on my own, and that's me being honest. No, the answer is I could take this boat out on my own, but I wouldn't, not just yet. But I most certainly think if I had to, I could.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could.
Couldn't
Yeah.
agree more. we had a really good day today, didn't we? You took us off the dock. You planned for where we were going.
Yeah.
Looked at all the tidal times. We arrived at exactly the right time where there was no tides.
Yeah.
And you parked this boat 10 out of 10. And I must say, I was my duckling is flying. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got to say I was very pleased with.
So I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, thank you. I was very, very pleased with how I got it off of the mooring out of the berth this morning out of Leamington.
Yeah.
But I was blown away as to how good I turned this boat 180 degrees in a fairly. I mean, there's plenty of room, but don't forget it's got ferries going in and out as well. And I had to make sure that everything was right, and I just turned it on a sixpence. And that's, as you said to me from day one, that's the great thing about this boat. You can turn it within its own length, can't you?
Exactly.
As long as it stops, don't let her have any momentum, because then you won't be turning her. As long as she stops, you can turn this thing on a dime. And that's virtually what I did. And I actually remembered in my head when I see you prepping the lines and I was coming in tick, 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 slowest pro, tick, 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 tick. And I thought, right, before you dare try and turn this boat, get it stopped, because you've punched it into my head so many times. And I stopped. I thought, slow down. I just put it in reverse, and I saw that go 0. I thought, right, now's the time.
You were checking for
Check
transit.
it. Oh
yeah.
And I was looking at where the wind was coming. I thought, oh, this wind, if I turn this 180 degrees, it's going to if anything, it's going to blow me slightly over onto the berth. And I just went forward with one engine, back with the other. Turned it round, turned around, slightly just went forward, come back a little bit, and then the wind just took me straight onto the dock.
But it was a perfect angle as well.
Perfect. The whole boat was perfect, not the front or the back, and it actually just went and kissed the dock.
What was the best thing about that? Not just the parking, but you had a sister boat.
Yes, we had Starburst in front of us.
Yeah, with a new skipper on that boat who witnessed you park the boat. What did he say to you?
Yeah, Mark. I walked up. Mark was on the front of the bow getting some lines. Well, I think they were getting ready to leave for us, weren't they? Because we took his berth, and I went up and shook Mark's hand just to see how because we hadn't seen him. I think I saw him just over a week ago, and he's been out here for the last month on his boat. And I just walked up and said hello and shook his hand and said, "How you doing?" And he said, "Mate, the way you just parked that," he said, "that was phenomenal."
That it was phenomenal.
He said, 10 out of 10 for that. He was taken back by it. It actually just felt like I really knew what I was doing, and that I was in control, and the boat hadn't. got me there luckily in any way. You know, I think the teaching and the training and the things that you've said have took a little bit of time to come through, but they've actually come through to the point where I think I understand what he means. Stop means stop. Slow means pro. Yeah, yeah, it's come together. I'm far away from getting it in my head where I think I'm going to be very good, because I'm not. But I'm at that point where I think I could now progress to starting to understand it a bit more and get into that next stage that I need to get to, where I might start to feel confident going out on my own.
Yeah, we're not.
But I know I'm not there
Yeah,
yet.
we're going to get there.
Yeah, we're going to get there.